Hey, you two. This is Alicia, and I'm coming in a serious moment. I know all of us around the world is still in shock over Kobe Bryant's and his daughter Gigi's death and seven others. My prayers goes out to every family, including the Bryant family. And I know how Vanessa feels because I have in 2 years' time have lost my dad and my mom. I lost my dad unexpectedly on January the 29th of 2018. So I know what it means. I know how it feels to lose a father. But then a year later, my mom ended up losing her battle and everything. And I knew I was going to be, I knew it was coming. And I lost her in 2000, July of 2019. Dreading the day when that comes up this year, but I digress. But I know how it feels to lose a mother and a father. But I understand how it feels to lose a father. And I understand Vanessa hurt. She's hurting right now. But my reflections of Kobe Bryant I want to make. I want to talk about some of the tributes and what I remember about Kobe Bryant. But first, let me talk about some of the tributes. I loved the tribute that the Grammys talked about in the beginning of the before the Grammys got started. That's all everybody could talk about on the red carpet. They couldn't focus the night out on the music, and I loved it. They started off with Lizzo. She started off with Love Hearts. She probably had a different song, but then she said, "I want to do this song," and and I loved it that she dedicated her performance to, oh, excuse me, Kobe Bryant. That was sweet to my heart, and I was boo-hooing the whole day when I found out. And I'm like, okay, this. At first, I thought it was a hoax. Then when I got news report that it was confirmation that it was Kobe Bryant's helicopter and all of that, I broke down. And I don't usually cry. I never when my mom and my dad passed away, I didn't cry. And like people just didn't understand. I have my own ways of doing it. But because it was Kobe Bryant, for some reason, I boohooed. I cried. I said, "Oh my God, he leaves his beautiful wife behind and other beautiful children." So I was thinking, okay, it was just he left four daughters behind. No, he left two daughters, left the three daughters behind, and a newborn. And I was like, "Oh my God." I went down on my knees and I started praying. And I don't usually do that. And I said, God, I'm not gonna tell you the messages I prayed for, but I was incontrollable and everything. But I will say this: I cried my moment. I felt sick to my stomach and stuff. I felt sick to my stomach, and I'm going. We lost a legend and we lost an icon. We lost, like I said, a legend, an icon, a hero, and I just feel like Kobe Bryant brought a lot to this thing, and I'm the one thing when it came to basketball, it was only two names we could actually say in our house. Well, actually, a few names of basketball we could say in our house. And it was Kevin Durant, Iverson, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James, and Dwayne Wade. Those were the only names we was allowed to say in our house, book and stuff. And And if my dad was alive, mm, he was a big LA Laker fan. And I can tell you, his boy was Kobe. He loved. He said, I will always remember when we be watching when he be watching basketball, and I'm coming in and out, coming from my house to my mom and their house, and then let's say the basketball was on, and let's say the LA Lakers coming on. My daddy in his chair. He's in his chair. And he going, come on, Kobe, come on. That would be my dad. And I have to reflect on that because that was my dad's favorite team. Anytime you had Kevin Durant versus Kobe Bryant, the house is split. My mama was a big Kevin Durant fan, and my dad is a big. And with me, I liked it all of guys. I don't care what team you play for. If you play for a team, hey, you good. I'm gonna support you no matter what. Now, my thing is, my heart, like I said, my heart does goes out to Vanessa, but I remember those moments. But the moment I really remember is when he was drafted straight out of high school. Straight out of high school. You have a few basketball players that get that opportunity to be drafted right straight out of high school. And let me tell you something. I went to school with a guy who was drafted by the NBA in 2003 from Mississippi, straight into the NBA. I'm not saying his name, but y'all probably know who he is if I said Starford High School. Yeah, I went to school with him. And it's not often, but the one thing I loved at him on Brandy, if you remember, Brandy and him went to prom together. And then he guest starred on Sister Sister. That's the only show I can remember him guest starring on. But I actually will say he, I think it's gonna be, and then what I the now let me get on to some of the tributes. I love the tributes that the fans of LA Lakers did at the Staples Center. It was just beautiful. Now I I love the tributes that all the basketball players did at the beginning of their games. 24 second, penalty, 8-minute penalty, back penalty. I mean, it was just phenomenal across the board. And I loved it what Shaquille O'Neal said. I mean, it was just great. Now, I want to talk about other sports stars. And so the only thing I was watching, and somebody sent me this link, and it was Michael Cole. And it was before WWE got started good. And Michael Cole said something about it on air, and I like, wow. And I said, is WWE going to do anything bigger? So Triple H called Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns did a tribute because he was a big Laker fan. And he said when he got through at the Royal Rumble, he went home. He got home, he hugged his daughter. I like, that's sweet. I liked it. I liked it, his tribute. Um, Lacey Evans, she gave a tribute. Let me talk about Mufasa Ali and Shorty G, Chad Gable. Let me start with Mufasa Ali. So Mufasa Ali had this paragraph of it, and then it was something up in his. He said, he's a hero. He's a man. He's our superstar and thing. And I was like, oh my god, I loved it. But if y'all didn't see Shorty G's shorts on the pre-show, I'm like, wait. Well, and everybody was talking about, look at his shorts, look at his shorts. He did a subtle way, a very subtle, unique way in his match against Sheamus, a tribute to Kobe. What he did, let me tell y'all what he did. His shorts he had on was purple and yellow in honor of Kobe. So I had to mention those WWE superstars. Those were the only tribute, and I have seen him at when WWE is in LA. I have seen him at some of the WWE events, and I really wish WWE would have gave him a proper, and I say a proper tribute and everything. But that's all I have time for, y'all. Like I said to the Bryant family, my your you have my heart my heart and prayers are with you. And like I said, I know how it feels. So y'all keep the Bryant family in your prayers, y'all. Let me get off this camera before I start crying again. All right, until then, bye.